welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. I am Mark Storrs. With me as always is
Chris Carnes here. Yeah. You can play that any backwards. It's not going to mean anything.
It will not. It sounded like the geriatric breakdown. I liked it.
and
Rob Morphy.
Thank you all so very much for joining us. We're back. We're 2 weeks into Goblins, Rob.
We are.
2 weeks.
It's an exciting time. It's a good time to be talking about goblins in America.
Okay.
I don't know really if any time's a good time to be talking about goblins
Well,
in America.
March.
March is the time we chose.
Yeah.
Is March Goblin Month?
It
Yeah.
is, as far as Chris is concerned,
How?
and now I agree.
Do I not know something?
Yeah.
What don't I know?
Don't tell him.
That
He's
March
too
is
young.
Goblin Month.
Why didn't you
Just fucking said it.
why didn't you guys fucking tell me? You guys have known about this forever. Since,
There's
like,
March Madness. And now it's March.
I know that you guys
Goblins.
have been friends longer, but like you should really let me in on some shit.
Oh, stop. It's not about that. We put it on your friend calendar, and if you decided not to look, that's your bad.
Dude, do you remember how many games of Truth or Goblins we played at least in Riches?
I actually do remember that. I do. I'm sorry. It's my. It's,
How did I forget?
it's my. That's just my
It
brain.
was the
man.
greatest game.
I
It
forgot
was
about-
ever
I
in
totally-
history.
I totally forgot about Truth or Goblins. Oh God. Anyway, Patreon.com.
Let's
Sign
do
up.
this. Yeah, sign up. Do it.
It's actually Patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Shout outs, Robert. Let's do this.
Okay. Let's begin with Dennis J. Michelet II.
Nice.
As a fellow second, I admire that shit.
Hell yeah.
Well played.
Thank you.
By your parents. I wasn't thanking you.
I was thanking them.
Oh,
for their
Jesus.
contribution
Oh, all
to
right, you're
Patreon.
right. Now I feel bad.
Truth or Goblins.
God damn it.
Who's the next one?
Moving on to Bigfoot Tickler.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Tickling big feet. There you go.
Christian Pasantes.
Oh yeah, Christian. Thank you.
Just Ton, all caps, with a U.
Nice. What up,
Perfect.
Just Ton?
Jack Atkinson.
Hell yeah, Jack Atkinson.
Oh,
What
that's
up?
that's solid. Michael Perron.
Yeah, Michael. Thank you.
Also solid. Trevor Warren. I'm not going to comment on your solidity, Trevor.
Hell yeah, Trevor.
Just you know where you're at, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah. What up, Trevor?
Jenny Rolfe.
Hell yeah, Jenny. Thank you.
Michelle Wilson.
Yo, Michelle Wilson. What up?
Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. Thank you so much.
Oh, I was just talking smack with Courtney the other day. Yes, awesome. Joseph A. Mizzy.
Hell yeah,
Busy.
Joseph. Thank you.
Now, the last one, is that somebody that signed on or just some weird artifact on the email?
Yeah, no, they signed on again, I think, but give them a shout out.
The IWEP Network.
IWEP Network. I believe that's how you say it. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, no, it's probably an acronym.
Yeah, and I think we shouted them out a couple weeks ago, but they signed up again, so check it out. Truth Behind Illusion podcast. And again, these are the dope folks here that have all of our dope merch that I want, like this shirt right here. I want that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you
Totally.
see someone like rocking your shit and you're like, why don't I have one? But you have full access to it, but you don't have one.
Yeah,
Like, it's a-
because we suck.
yeah, you realize that your merch chain might have a problem and you can't get your own merch. So, yeah, but thank you all. I'll be sure to check them out again on Instagram and all the social media platforms and the the podcasts and the apps. They're all there. So check that out again. Truth Behind Illusion podcast, the IWEP network. Moving on back to goblins. Here we are. This week we are talking about the Zimbabwe Goblin Mania Part 2, Paranormal Boogaloo.
Had to be done.
Although the citizens of Zimbabwe had for centuries been plagued by small, sinister, supernaturally created creatures known as goblins, beginning in 2012, Southern Africa was swept up in a sorcerous tsunami involving school teachers, police officers, evil wizards, and a rampaging horde of lecherous, underwear-obsessed little folk who sent waves of terror throughout the region.
Wow, nice and nice creepy ending.
Dang.
Well played, sir.
My hands are on my head. Don't ask why.
Hey, if that's how you
Nobody
feel
was
comfortable,
gonna.
Okay,
you know,
fine.
Stay that way.
stay gold,
Goblins.
that boy.
Be that way.
Oh, Golden Goblin Retreat. In the last episode, we established that while the European incarnation of the wicked wee folk that have been christened goblins are, likely, paraphysical entities that appear to be as indigenous to the earth as the rest of its natural fauna, the African embodiment of these vexatious varmints, known locally as Hilly, the Avian, Tikaloshi, Zwikwambo, or as they are most commonly referred, Tokoloshi, have decidedly more occult origins. used as everything from a good luck charm to a vicious vessel of vengeance. Zimbabwean goblins are created by autochthonous witch doctors, better known as sangomas, who magically manufacture these malicious monstrosities out of human carcasses whose eyes and brains are pierced with a fiery, red-hot iron poker before a dusting of magical powder shrinks the cadaver down to a proper goblin proportion.
I believe it was like a California raisin, right?
That was one of the things.
Gross.
It is grubby.
Nasty.
They were grubby to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I like Raisin Bran. You gotta throw the flakes around it for me to give fucks about raisins.
Okay.
Yeah.
You throw me a little red box, you've ended our friendship.
Oh wow.
It's harsh.
All right.
But that's the way.
Yeah,
it
and they
is.
don't come out single. They come out all
in a clump.
together in just one.
A shitty clump of dead
Borg
grapes.
collective of fucking raisins. It's pretty much what it is.
And of course, all of this is delivered by the homegrown wizard for the low, low price of a loved one's soul, which will be chosen and consumed by the goblin at some later, as yet undetermined date. You know, the perks of dealing with fucking sangomas and tokoloshi.
Yeah.
These tiny, toothy, eyeless entities have been reported terrifying children, spreading disease, stealing panties, and, most repugnantly, sexually assaulting women and a few men, particularly teachers.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
That's
It's
real fucked
scummy.
up.
Well, they're not cool.
No.
They're fucking goblins. The only way to thwart these carnal critters is with the help of a Christian prophet, especially one with an apostolic calling, or a spiritual healer better known as a Naanga. Perplexingly, this isn't a clear-cut case of a noble Naanga wizard dueling a sinister black magic-fueled Sangoma, as both of the thaumaturges are more than capable of creating and banishing the lobotomized imps. So the
Right.
thing is, they're often portrayed, especially in the cinema, and there's a lot of great contemporary horror cinema coming out of Africa. I mean, Nollywood is fucking... It's great, but we'll save that discussion for another time. But the Naanga is like the white wizard. He's the noble one. And,
Yep.
and of course, the Sangomas are the dark ones.
Right.
But in fact, though maybe that is the general rule, either one is equally capable of doing nefarious shit or occasionally noble shit.
I mean, could you make
Yeah.
a good goblin?
I don't. Well, apparently they at least strive to, because if you recall, I don't remember.
Like one that's not fucked up
Nabucco
and
or
weird.
something.
Yeah.
Well, don't you remember the guy who's like, he was my good luck charm. He was cool. He lived in my son's room.
He was in his pants and he got
was
caught
playing
on fire. Yeah.
GameCube and fucking doing all sorts of shit. And then all of a sudden he got hostile and weird.
Yeah, that's right.
When
yeah.
a goblin turns, it's like milk. There's no saving it. You can't
No.
like add new milk to it. You just got to dump that shit.
Yeah, it's cottage cheese forever.
Yeah, it's fucked. So a turned goblin, you got to get up, and it was wearing the chief's wife's blue panties, as I recall.
Oh, they burned him alive. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, so you can't create a good goblin. Okay.
Well, you can for a while, but like I say, like milk, like anything else that rots, eventually you got to fucking deal with that
Gotta
shit.
put him down.
Yeah. Okay. You don't. All right. Yeah. In a goblin's case, you have to put it down.
You gotta put it down.
In terms of like spoiled produce, you can just throw it away.
Or you could you could shoot it behind the garage.
Yeah. You don't have to ritualizedly immolate it in a ritualized way. You can just chuck that shit.
You can old
generally.
yellow that shit in the backyard.
Oh my god! You take your old fucking rotting fruit out back and pop it twice in the cranium to make sure it doesn't come back as a goblin.
My neighbors love me.
Old Dobby. Just fucking shoot him by the barn.
That's awful.
You brought it up, man. It's your fault.
Fucking turn around, Dobby. Don't look.
Don't look at me.
Don't look.
I love you. Crack. Here's a sock, little buddy. Here's a sock. Shut your eyes.
Here's the sock. Shut your
have
eyes.
I done?
Oh, I'm free. Yeah, you're free.
Yeah.
You be free, Dobby.
Blam.
Oh God.
Do we just execute Dobby?
Old Dobby.
It's all your fault.
All right, sorry. Sorry, Dobby.
It's interesting to note that in Zimbabwe, Naangas are recognized, and registered under Zinatha, the Zimbabwe National Traditional Healers Association.
Oh, they got like a union.
Yeah.
Dope.
And that beyond their alleged abilities to heal people of their physical and supernatural maladies, they can also be utilized as fortune tellers or, bizarrely, assassins. So,
That's actually
cool.
not surprising. There's a lot of religious
Assassins?
things that have like certain sects that have
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like assassin, like sketchy
the
stuff.
Templars and all
course.
that. And it's, to me, it's kind of a Tolkien-esque scenario where there's white wizards and, dark or black wizards. I don't know what they're called. And then the gray wizards, the ones that are like chaotic neutral or whatever the fuck they are. So maybe the Naangas are just walking the line, and some go a little darker, some stay a little brighter. Who knows? Practicing their herbalism and dark arts long before the British colonial era, Naangas are said to have consulted with guerrilla leaders regarding militaristic mysticism, no doubt, during the god-awful Rhodesian Bush War. And the less said about that, the better. As difficult to decipher as the Christian/mystical rituals behind the building and banishing of goblins may be, those who are being tormented by these salacious scoundrels often have no recourse but to involve law enforcement who, despite their best intentions, are ill-equipped to deal with these malignant monsters, even when they've been captured and brought to the station essentially gift-wrapped.
Consider for a moment that you're a law enforcement officer. Your day is fucking busy, and someone brings you a goblin.
Yeah.
What do you do? Lock it up?
You're not happy.
No. The paperwork's got to be a fucking nightmare.
Maybe not.
They always stick the rookies with it.
Oh, yeah.
And then what do you do once you have it? Do you dobby it in the backyard?
Well,
what do you do?
That's the established protocol.
I mean, seriously, if they're bringing, and the fucked up thing too, think about this: if they're bringing these things to the police, they have to document it. Like, okay, well, we got this today.
Well,
true.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I would think you'd have to. It's law
you might
enforcement.
backdoor a goblin. That shit might be a backroom scenario.
Really?
Like the interrogation room, but nobody's on the other side of the reversible mirror. So let's see how this particular faction of law enforcement officers dealt with it. On January 17th, 2014, Bulawayo 24 news reporter Mafu Sithabile penned a headline that caught the attention of Forteans across the globe. Quote, "Cops flee from station as family dumps goblin."
No.
Yeah.
Like it's an unwanted baby at a firehouse, if that's even a thing. Like, bring
I've
your
always
baby to
heard
the
that's
firehouse.
a real thing, but that's horrible. But it's better than, I don't know, I guess a billion other things you could do. But
Right.
You got to let the fireman raise the baby.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's how you get new firemen.
That's how you grow a fireman. There you go.
And the
See?
Dalmatian cares for it its first 3
Yes,
years, and then
exactly.
it gets adopted into the ways of working hoses.
There, I love it.
According to the story, at about 8 p.m. on Wednesday, January 15th, a family from Bulawayo's Naketa 7 suburb, oh, that's so futuristic sounding, walked into the Tashabalala police station carrying what seemed to be an unremarkable suitcase. This illusion would not last long. The frightened family, who were accompanied by a native Naanga, and we've established what they do, approached the desk sergeant and explained that the suitcase belonged to a lodger who had left it in their home. The problem they needed help with was not the luggage itself, but what it contained. According to the group, their 34-year-old tenant, who hailed from Emakondeni, owned the Tokoloshi, and they somehow managed to seal the vile vermin inside the suitcase.
Just a simple suitcase.
Just a simple, ordinary suitcase.
Okay.
Doing the containment job of, I don't know, I guess a chained coffin?
Yeah, you'd think if they're that vicious, they could just shred through it, but we won't go there yet. We'll wait.
This revelation caused panic to ripple through the assorted pedestrians and officers. On January 22nd, Chris Richards of the UK's Mirror newspaper quoted an unidentified lawman who was on hand to witness the weird events, claiming, quote, "We heard some screaming from the charge office, and most officers who had knocked off rushed to see what was happening. At first, everyone gathered around the suitcase, wanting to see what was inside. Their curiosity understandably piqued. The officers of the station gathered around as the spiritual healer cautiously unzipped the suitcase. The group was startled to find a blood-filled bottle within the case. But what came next would haunt their dreams for years to come. Without warning, a hideous creature exploded from the bodily fluid-filled container, spraying blood in all directions and terrifying all who observed the dreadful display.
What the fuck?
What was happening?
Yeah.
Just like, blah,
Yeah, I mean,
blood
so
everywhere.
you're expecting the suitcase to open up, and then there's going to be this inhuman, monstrous fuck.
No, there's a container of
but
blood.
there's a container of blood.
Okay, weird.
Okay, so you're getting closer. You're leaning in, like, what the fuck is going on?
How big is this
and then
suitcase?
And how big is this bottle? And what the fuck is happening?
I feel like this is only the beginning of this scenario here.
Okay, we got more.
We do.
Okay.
We definitely do. Okay. The eyewitnesses on hand offered conflicting reports as to the Tokoloshi's appearance, with some asserting that it looked like a, quote, snake with the head of a dog, unquote, and others insisting that the canine-like critter was smothered in scales like a pangolin. They all agreed, however, that whatever it might have looked like, it utterly reeked. This is a stinky motherfucker.
It stinks. All right.
Oh, yeah. The unidentified officer described the chaotic scene that unfolded the moment that the malodorous monster was unleashed, stating, quote, "No one told anyone it was time to run."
Right.
Stand your ground.
Yeah,
Everyone
stand
stay
your-
still. Don't run.
1 minute, the charge office was full. The next, it was empty. I think some people went through the windows because we could not all have fitted through the door. Fat cops and slim cops all ran for their lives screaming.
Aww.
When a fat cop runs, it is on.
Yeah.
Just the fucking the fucking Benny Hill music. And
Oh
they're,
my God.
screaming. There's fucking blood shooting
Yeah,
everywhere.
speed it up. Yeah, arterial spray like an
Yeah.
old Japanese samurai movie.
Yeah, I can picture it, but I can't picture it at the same time.
The
Like,
Tokoloshi or the scene itself?
the whole fucking beginning of the scene
Tokoloshi
here.
description is fucking. They probably
Well, it's
had
weird.
they had a poor pangolin stuck in this thing.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it could be.
It could be.
Or it could be a snake with a dog's head grafted onto it.
Okay, it's weird.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
I mean, what comes out of a bottle and does it have a narrow neck? Because it's not like a fucking, they didn't say it was a super beaker or a jar.
Right.
It's a goddamn bottle. So is it a genie-like thing where it can change size and as it exploded
So what I
from
mean,
the
that's
bottle,
what
it got bigger and bigger?
That's what I picture in my head.
I don't
The
know.
fucking thing explodes and it appears.
I mean, it could have been like an old 7-Up bottle, Sprite or something, and you're like, what the? And then this
there's, like,
magnificent beast fucking saunters forth.
It's a lot of blood.
It's a lot of blood.
well, yeah, he may have been polymorphed into the bottle of blood.
You could have
Oh,
been. Yeah.
he could have been the blood itself,
Oh.
and then the beast.
No.
I don't think so, though. I think it exploded and he was
Yeah.
in it.
That makes more sense.
That's what they said.
I mean, he's just in the bottle of blood, and then
It's much more
it
visually
blows
pleasing.
up.
And he's like, that's exactly. I mean, that's
What
what
else
it
could
is.
it be?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and then all the cops ran. Okay, cops ran.
Okay.
There we go.
It was at this point that the Naanga evidently overpowered the goblin and burned it to a charred husk on the charging room floor.
Just set it on fire in the middle of the police station.
Kids
What do you-
huck rocks.
What do you hold it down and hit it with a fucking?
Or does he have like a little napalm bomb, like a little round bottle that he hucks?
I mean, if he has
does he have
like
a lighter kindling?
Yeah, like a lighter and like some WD-40. Just,
Oh, could you
fucking
imagine
torching
lighter
it.
fluid in a fucking
Yeah.
lighter, homemade little fucking flamethrower?
Yeah, don't use gas; it'll
mean-
blow up.
Yeah.
Oh man, to a charred husk.
Okay, in the middle of the police
An
station.
event that was confirmed by Bulawayo Deputy Police Spokesperson Assistant Inspector Beck Impilo Nidlovu. All right, I'm sorry, Beck Impilo, if I said your name wrong.
You know,
One can only imagine the dreadful scent that must have permeated the air following the immolation of this already odoriferous and blood-smothered beast.
it already smells, and then you char it,
And then you burn
and
it.
you barbecue it.
And it's got hair. I mean,
it's
some
gonna
part of it.
stink.
I mean,
Yeah.
the dog head part, not the snake part, or the penguin
I just
part.
got a feeling that they burnt a fucking pangolin.
So you
Poor
think
bastard, just hanging out, and they just charred it.
There was no normal pangolin if it blew up out of a fucking bottle.
Okay, well, if the blood is to be believed,
No normal anything blows up out of a bloody bottle.
it's true.
So,
it's true.
Chris
all right.
speaks truth. And what
All right.
happened to Mark? Where's my Mark?
What's
How is
that?
it not an interdimensional like soda pop fucking propaganda scheme or something?
right? Why isn't it the blood gin of Dimension X?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. It very well.
So wait, animal lover Mark beats interdimensional Mark?
I had a situation with a skunk today. I was actually on the phone with Christopher and had a skunk situation.
Okay.
There's a skunk stuck in an empty shit tank.
Oh.
We had to have ladders and traps and ropes and everything to try to get this thing out, and it just stunk us out of there.
Did it live?
Oh yeah, it's alive. It's in a tank. We threw it a bunch of food and there's water in there, so it's fine.
Oh,
but we
for
can't
how long?
I mean, we can't get near it because it just sprays us.
Yeah.
and we can't get sprayed.
Oh. So you
He's
took it out
okay.
back like poor Dobby.
No, we're gonna save this one.
You're gonna pull this one out.
He's gonna get
that makes
saved.
me happy. I
He's
know
gonna
they're
get saved.
they're stink ass motherfucking mammals.
We
but
just for now.
you gotta love them.
For now, he's doing what he's
The
doing.
skunks.
I
man.
love the skunk.
I
Yeah.
do too, man. They're like ass raccoons. They're
I mean,
fucking awesome.
I wanted to get a ladder and go down there and just fucking do it, but I'm like, you know what?
No.
He's gonna stay. I
'Cause
figured maybe the gland would be eventually like excreted where there's nothing else left to spray.
Oh, you don't take that chance.
I can't take that chance.
Nick would never forgive
No,
you.
can't do it. Anyway, goblins, don't burn them in the middle of the fucking police station.
There it is.
Don't do it.
Well, when they explode out of the blood bottle, maybe we have a little less empathy.
Yeah,
than for the
you're
trapped
forced
skunk.
into very.
Yeah, you know what?
There's not a lot you can do after that point. Either.
No, you're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place with the goblin.
In all fairness, the goblins are fairly stigmatized in
it's true.
Zimbabwe. Like, it's not like they have a hella good reputation.
No, so you kind of might have to put it down. God damn it! All right, fine.
Things seem to quiet down on the goblin front for a bit until March 23rd, 2014, when Tino Muda Chaka Nyuka of Nahanda Radio broke the news that Peter Moyo, the headmaster at the, oh, Lord love a duck, Ekufakameni Secondary School, I think I got that one, in the Dongamuzi area, was being banished by Regional Chief Gumede for, quote, owning goblins that have been terrorizing pupils and teaching staff at the school, end quote.
So there's like some administration problems.
He's the
here.
principal.
He's the headmaster.
Not good.
The demonic episode began at the end of the previous term when lessons at the school were disrupted for almost 2 weeks after teachers abandoned the school following several nights of abuse by the alleged goblins.
It's not good, man.
Never good.
No.
The story went on to read, quote, female teachers at the school claimed that during the night they would dream of making love to someone and woke up the next morning with signs that they actually had sex during the night.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Some male teachers also claimed that they woke up every morning wearing female panties whose origin they did not know. Are these fucking goblins just fucking with the dudes? I mean, they're doing horrible shit regardless. If you wake up and you see the telltale signs of lovemaking and know damn well that nobody that you invited was involved, that's horrible. But the guys just wake up with a nice lacy pair and they're like, hey,
they just like, what's
that's not so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never woken up with either I have my underwear on or they're off. That's the only two states that I have.
Yeah, that's it.
And I know where
I have never
yeah.
had alternate undie phenomenon.
No, never.
No.
Never.
AUP. It's a
Like you
zero.
woke up with a different pair on than you
Yeah,
put on.
like,
yeah, right.
Like, no.
never.
Like, I've definitely kicked them off in the middle of the night. I've gone
Sure.
commando in my sleep so
Yeah.
many times. But never with, like, the errant pair that was like, huh. Well, I know I shouldn't like this so much, but god damn it, I do.
You know what? I
Yeah.
don't look bad in these.
I do not
This
look
is my
bad.
new jam.
You know, my
Mark looks
dad
good.
might not have approved, but I'm not here to be judged by him. This is nice.
This makes Mark look good.
There it is. Almost
you go.
spit my kraken. There it is. All right. So, villagers, the newspaper story went on to say, have called for the transfer of the school head, whom they say was fingered during a recent cleansing ceremony held at the school.
What?
And I know.
What?
I know that fucking that we're all 14-year-olds hiding in 40-year-old bodies.
Wait a minute.
But it clearly means somebody pointed him out in the old school vernacular of the
Jesus
30s
Christ.
crime novel.
Was this a quote?
It was a quote.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm like, why would you write it like that?
No.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I should have indicated clearly as a quote. Let me say this
Someone's
again.
getting fingered now?
Quote, villagers have called for the transfer of the school head, whom they say was fingered during a recent cleansing ceremony held at the school.
Fucking awful.
Yeah.
Chris is smirking like a motherfucker over
I'm like,
there.
what? Yeah, I was like, why would you write it like that?
I saw fingered. I looked at Chris and his face just started like, what's wrong with you?
No, not me. I cannot take credit for this one.
Okay.
Finger bang 3 and 90. Finger bang free in 93. There you go.
I don't know. 93 was a pretty good year for me. I might have gotten over 3. But still, that's,
you know,
that's
I mean-
neither here nor there.
Hey, man, it's finger banging. There it is.
But nobody got finger banged. Someone just got pointed out as a
It's awful.
arcane criminal.
All
An
right.
arch arcane
An
criminal.
arch arcane criminal.
The
Fine.
quote continues to say, villagers who spoke to Sunday News during a visit to the area last week said strange occurrences had always been going on since the early 90s when Mr. Moyo joined the school. But things got worse last year when the goblins started to sexually abuse female teachers at the school. So yeah, no, that's definitely
Jesus
turning it
Christ.
up. After 4 teachers, 3 female and 1 male, all abruptly abandoned their posts, leaving the school critically understaffed, it was decided that the only way to return the hallowed institution back to the safe haven it used to be would be to give the school a full-on goblin enema.
You gotta flush those fuckers out.
You gotta deal with it.
Dude, they're fucking assaulting your staff members and being little fucking creeps. You got no choice.
They're pantifying your men.
You can't negotiate
Ugly
with
touchers.
goblins.
You cannot, no.
There's no negotiating with goblins. Terrorists and goblins and 9-year-olds, you can't negotiate with them.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, for very different reasons, the
Yeah, you
9-year-olds
can't
make that
negotiate.
list.
Listen.
Because they don't listen to logic. But I understand what you're saying.
You can't
yes.
fucking negotiate with them. You just gotta fucking wipe them out. Not the 9-year-olds.
Not the 9-year-olds.
No.
Yeah. So let's maybe...
They can learn. They can learn.
Let's take them out of the equation
All right,
for
fine.
now.
All right.
Though you're not wrong.
Exactly. As the only father here, I'm not wrong.
Oh, were you talking to like some age-old uncling here?
Listen.
I have, as Chris has, raised adult children, and now they're children.
Okay.
At least for me.
Well, just saying.
Raising kids, dude. It's not only a father's province.
All right, calm down. It's okay.
I feel like
it's
you
okay.
stabbed
You're
my
not being
uncle.
attacked.
Wow.
Chris,
Okay.
Chris's
Kind of sounded like an attack.
Chris's defense is amazing over here. He's just looking at me, just dead eyes. Like,
Giving 0 bucks.
Yeah, just waiting for you
Whatever.
to get done. Yeah, just
There it
waiting
is.
for you to get done blabbing.
All right.
I'm still in your beer, Rob.
All right. Father Chris says, back to the show. Okay. To that end, on March 5th, 2014, a cleansing ceremony dubbed Wafa Wafa was conducted. Obviously
Fuck
by
yeah.
the legendary healer Fozzie Bear.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The ritual ceremony was conducted by the IHA, the International Healers Association, in association with Zinatha, of the aforementioned, the Zimbabwe National Traditional Healers Association, as well as parish prophet Malanga, making the ceremony both an inter-union and interdenominational affair.
You got to get all the fucking departments together, man. You
Oh,
got
you do.
sewer, you got water, you got parks and recs, you got
You're,
fucking...
you're bringing in the IBEW,
Yeah,
the
dude.
International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
Fuck yeah, my dudes. There you go.
They're all coming together because you know
Right.
why? There's a goblin issue.
That's right.
But then the pastors come too. So you love it. It's these like
You all got a common goal.
itinerant fucking exorcists
Yeah.
and all these other motherfuckers, and then the local priest, and they're like, it's on.
Dude, you all have a common enemy that needs to be fucking destroyed.
This would be a great movie.
It would be.
The crack team of wizards, pastors, and exorcists made their way through the rows of mostly abandoned, now goblin-infested teachers' cottages, which one participant claimed resembled a ghost town. Head goblin purger and Zinatha chairperson Gogo Tabitha Netabelli, oh, what a great name, Gogo Tabitha,
Hell yeah.
oh, it's so punk, claimed that during the ritual, quote, an assortment of paraphernalia associated with witchcraft was recovered from Moyo's bedroom, end quote. Adding that she, together with the prophet Malanga, recovered, quote, strange items that would turn into human-like creatures at night. She, yeah, I know. It's,
okay.
What? She added.
Okay.
Quote, after we conducted the cleansing ceremony, we were led to Moyo's house where we recovered reeds, herbs, tree roots, and many strange items from his wardrobe. Those things that we recovered would turn into human-like creatures or goblins at night and would terrorize the teachers. We took those items and burnt them.
So like a weird lampshade or something, and then at night it's like,
I feel like you're assuming a lot here.
I feel like Chris might be onto
Like,
something.
there's a bunch of plants. That's a little sus. And then whatever these other objects were, like clearly they turned to
Yeah,
goblins.
like
Wow,
Moyo can't take care of his plants for shit, so it's like drying in the corner.
like his comic book collection comes to life, and you're like, no, Justice League 17, why?
they found
And
like
fucking-
really stemmy weed in his dresser, and they're like, these are goblin goods.
well, if we did learn anything last week, is that everything is a goblin.
That's right.
Everything's a fucking
Pancakes,
goblin.
hash
Dwarves.
browns, yeah, exactly. Baboons,
yeah.
Siding.
An old Chevy, siding,
Wainscoting.
wainscot.
Anything. A triangle.
All All right, well, so it's weird, though, that they find these items and at night they turn into shit.
If, I suppose, they're wizarded in the right way, and yes, wizarded is a word.
All right, so they're like enchanted or something.
Netabele then dropped the bombshell that, quote, "We questioned Mr. Moyo, and he admitted that he was the one responsible for what was happening at the school," end quote.
Shit.
Netabele then added the dire warning that the headmaster's evil magic might expand beyond the boundaries of the elementary school to infect the entire Dongamuzi community, stating, again quote, "For now things are normal, but we feel Moyo should be transferred with immediate effect before these things return," end quote.
You just transfer him? You don't like imprison him?
We're going to deal with this in a second.
Okay.
Following the alleged discovery of the headmaster's occult contraband, the village headman, Emmanuel Chasokela Maseko, I think I got that right, said, quote, "Things have normalized now since the cleansing ceremony was held, but as a community, we have requested the Ministry of Education to transfer Mr. Moyo to another school."
What the fuck?
feel like
You're
that's
just
a
moving
bad
the
idea.
priests? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Shitty.
The Catholic Church, if you learn nothing from them, don't fucking move the priests. Get them the fuck out of there.
Yeah, get them the fuck out of Dodge.
Jesus.
Find a little island. You know, I mean, obviously, ill punishment should be what's occurring, but at the very least, isolate them with other bags of scum, like a spiritual leper colony somewhere where the touching must cease, and then drop a bomb there.
Get them away from society if you have to. I mean, that's
But send them to another school. I mean, I know Goblin making. Well, no, it's just it's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
We're assuming that that's actually what happened. We could be dealing with a much darker true crime thing here.
We could. No,
We could be.
all right. No, you're
Yeah.
right. We're always playing devil's advocate for the paranormal.
Yeah.
And that's true. And we will break down all sorts of shit. But at this point, just assuming that it is de facto what they say it is,
Okay.
a goblin marauding. The idea that you just want to send your problem to another school is shitbagulon.
You're pushing it to someplace else.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Okay. The headman continued, "We can't live in the same area with such a man." Send him away.
Okay.
"The strange happenings may occur, and this time may be spread to the community if the man is kept here. He should just go and start another life elsewhere." End quote. Not a fan of that attitude.
Yeah, you're just pushing you're kicking the can down the road. All right.
Yeah. As in all aspects of public life, be they pedestrian or paranormal, the bureaucratic wheels are slow to turn. Villager Esther Nitini said, quote, "They were still waiting for a response from the Ministry of Education after lodging their complaint." She continued, "What we don't want is a situation where we would have to chase him away on our own. When we conducted the cleansing ceremony, we notified the police and the district education office. So we feel that the same authorities are responsible for transferring Moyo." She further warned, "If they don't act on time," and I was totally expecting the worst at this point, "we will make a follow-up and see that our request is heard."
That's very professional.
I thought we're going to burn his house down. We're
Dude,
gonna pull
I
out
thought
his
they were going to go
fingernails.
like full Freddy Krueger and like put him in the boiler room and burn him. And he's like, "I'll haunt your children's dreams," or whatever the fuck he said.
Witch hunters have gotten weak as fuck in the 21st
Yeah,
century.
really. They're just like, we're going to do a follow-up email and possibly sign a petition. Like,
It's
really?
true. Yeah, the Witchfinder generals were douches, and the whole idea. And if she drowns, she's a saintly woman.
Yeah.
If she lives, we burn her to death.
I think you just got to find the middle ground.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a middle
Don't
ground.
get caught up in paperwork. Don't kill innocent people, but take care of your business.
Fair enough.
There you go.
In response to Esther and the other villagers' concerns, Mata Beland North Provincial Education Director, Mrs. Boitha Tello Minguni, confirmed having received requests from villagers for Mr. Moyo's transfer from the school, but claimed that her hands were tied, stating, "Yes, I received the request through the district education officer. However, there is very little we can do because of the country's stance on such issues as witchcraft. We can't transfer the headmaster on the basis of witchcraft accusations. The law just doesn't allow us to do so. We will have to wait for Mr. Moyo to personally request a transfer. That is when we can act." End quote.
Bureaucratic bullshit.
Well, I mean, there's no witchcraft laws, and I gotta say, generally speaking, I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, it's probably a good thing that there isn't. You're right.
I mean, they didn't
I was
going to
have a point, but there isn't one.
In both, American and European history, the witchcraft laws
didn't work out.
Didn't really work out, especially for innocent women.
Awful.
No,
ever.
Yep.
So the fact that the Zimbabwe, at least the halls of justice, as it were, are not going to leap on a witchcraft accusation.
Okay.
I mean, I know you got to deal with people, and I know, and you got to respect people's beliefs, and I'm all about all of that. But being quick to either ostracize or harm or incarcerate somebody based on crazy accusations.
I mean, you kind of got
it's tough.
Again, I think you just got to come to the middle with this.
And I'm a little dubious about Go-Go Tabitha's extracted confession.
Yeah.
Like, talk about a rubber hose in the back room. What convinced this guy to admit it, or did he really admit it at all?
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of weird shenanigans.
Yeah.
We're treating it as we should, because after all, we're not like the Legal Defenders Aid podcast. We're the fucking Cryptonaut podcast. I know.
We have friends that are lawyers. We could ask them, how do you prosecute this?
And they laugh at us and walk away. But how do you prosecute?
Oh, goblins.
In 1614? Well.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the 90s. All right. So there you have it. More bureaucratic bullshit.
Once again, goblin attacks either died down for a while or at least went unreported until, without warning, the raunchy reprobates came back with a vengeance, leading to a November 4th, 2017 article by a staff reporter for the Zimbabwe Mail emblazoned with the nearly unthinkable headline, which read, "Goblins molest 300 women. Victims wake up pantyless with semen on their bodies."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't write it.
This is great.
That's awful.
No, I know. I know. The sheer numbers are so preposterous that in most of the Western world, they elicit a response of, at best, incredulity, and at worst, raw derision. But for hundreds of women packed in the homesteads of the Gweza in Ward 3 in Kezi, Matabaland South, I know I said that in an awkward way for anyone who lives there, but I did my best. This was anything but a joke. To make matters worse, this was the same village that had been touched by tragedy back in May 2012 when a 7th grade girl died under agonizing and enigmatic circumstances when an invisible goblin allegedly burrowed into her leg, devouring her flesh and, quote, causing unbearable pain, end quote. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, total nightmare. In the September 8th, 2019 edition of the Sunday Mail, reporter Emmanuel Caff re-examined the story in his article, Goblins on the Prowl, writing, "According to the standard definition of a goblin, this is a hostile, small, grotesque, and mischievous supernatural creature. But if you live in Matabeland's Kezi Kingdom or Cowdray Park, Bulawayo, you can add invisible, stone-throwing noisemaker and woman's defiler of characterization." End quote. That's such a lofty way of saying it.
Yeah, Jesus.
I love that kind of writing. It's the best. The events in question began in the spring, according to local resident Thabisani Ngwenya, who spoke to the newspaper The Chronicle, claiming, "It all started on May 17th. At first we thought it was children playing outside who were throwing stones, but at night the sounds continued. Our asbestos sheets are being damaged and our windows are broken by goblins." All right, we got a problem first. We got to deal with.
Hold on a second. Asbestos is not good.
Mr. N, the goblin is an issue.
Yes.
But let's break this down on a more fundamental level.
I think you can deal with asbestos and goblins at the same time, possibly the same way.
Wow.
Get him the fuck out.
Get him the fuck out.
Get him the fuck out of there.
Dobby him behind the barn, man. You got to shoot that asbestos.
You don't want to shoot asbestos, actually, because then it will cause dust and come up. I almost bought a house once with asbestos tiles. Thank God I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck are those?
Good eye.
There you go.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't my eye. It was actually my father-in-law, but I was like, hey, good call, Gare.
Gare really
Hell yeah,
one
Gare. Thanks for pointing that shit out. All right, it's fucked.
He went on to say, "In some houses you find a huge stone inside, even if the doors were locked, and we always wondered where they were coming from." End quote. The article went on to read, "Women said they were not at peace as the goblins were taking turns to have sex with them." End quote. One unidentified woman claimed that she had been repeatedly sodomized by the wanton wee folk, stating, "I have known no peace in my life. Every night the goblins have sex with me. I can actually feel the penetration but cannot tell where it will be coming from. I've had to flee my house late in the night to consult prophets for help. That's fucked up.
That's
you know what that
fucking
reminds me of?
Rancid. Holy shit.
Cinematically, which doesn't do it any justice, but the old Barbara Hershey movie from the early '80s, The Entity, where they use all sorts of like special effects to show invisible hands. And in that case, which was I think loosely, and I know probably our listeners know more than me about this, based on a real account, it was supposed to be in the movie like two little things, goblin-esque, and a very tall, all invisible, malicious, horrible entities. And I remember the movie just scared the living fuck out of me as a kid. But this to me is like you feel it, and you probably see the imprints on your body. But it's maybe because it evokes a childhood thing. But it's so terrible, and to add the paranormal paradigm to it, just makes it fucking worse somehow.
That's awful.
Jesus Christ. It's a living shit show. According to CAF, Cowdray Park residents raised the necessary funds to hire a group of, quote, professional goblin hunters to drive the creatures out. The report states that the residents endured goblin attacks since 2015, before the attacks waned in early 2017 following the intervention of a prophet named Lazarus Sisba. End quote. The reporter then mused, but was the prophet's intervention a genuine victory against supernatural creatures, or was it a psychological solution to one of the many cases of mass hysteria, religious frenzy? While residents were still pondering over these and many other questions, the attacks resumed in November 2017. End quote. One of the 2017 victims, a 50-year-old widow named Theodora Nkube, which I think that's the third fucking Nkube we've had.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Which makes me think it's either a super common name in the region or fucking goblins have a
family beef.
Yeah. Okay. Claimed, quote, since my husband died in 2008, my life has become hell. Every night I feel an invisible being having sex with me. End quote. Nkube also testified that her human suitors had been attacked by the jealous inhuman entities, claiming that whenever she has sex with a man, the, quote, invisible beings attack the lover. As a result, she revealed that no man wants to fall in love with her.
Oh, Jesus Christ, awful.
Oh, Theodora.
What the fuck?
I mean, I get it. I mean, it's got to be tough on the guy, but, you're only 50. You deserve love.
Yeah.
Nkube went on to say that her daughter-in-law was also abused by the said invisible beings, avowing, the goblin attacks have wrecked my son's marriage. His wife fled to South Africa after goblins took turns to have sex with her last month. End quote. The desperate widow claimed that she sought help from local prophets, but her efforts have come to naught. Terrible though Nkube's ordeal was, she was not alone in her suffering. 46-year-old Anna Sibanda declared that, quote-unquote, goblin molestation had inexplicably increased her menstrual cycle, which was now more than thrice a month. That's fucked up.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Senzeni Nidlavu, 29, whose husband is based in South Africa, I'm not sure what that means, I guess he just lives in another country, but okay, swore that, quote, goblins have been attacking me since 2009, end quote. Silly Mlatshwa, 36, said, since the Tokoloshi attacked her at night, she now sleeps with her husband during the day, adding, quote, we now have sex during the day, and this has worked for us.
Okay.
End quote. That's nice.
I mean, I don't think you should ever be a point in your life where you have to adjust your sleep schedule for a fucking goblin.
Or sex life.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, afternoon delight is wonderful and fine.
Yeah, totally.
But that shouldn't be because you have to, or vengeful fucking imps are going to, start whipping your hubby's ass and doing worse shit to you.
All right.
Keep that machete close.
Worse yet, the molesting marauders have turned their attention to the elderly, forcing 85-year-old Yulitha Mapofu to confide that, at her age, the energy the goblins have will finish her off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Wow. Commenting on the fiendish fuck fiend's reign of terror, Chief Nyanga Zonki pleaded for authentic holy men to come and help, stating, quote, it is a great challenge because these goblins will wreck marriages and cause divisions in the community because people will start accusing each other. Again, that Rod Serling element, that whole turn neighbor against neighbor, shit goes south. It's a parable that keeps like replaying itself. He continued, I'm appealing to genuine prophets or men of God to come and root out the said goblins in my community. They should not come here to divide people or to fleece them of their wealth.
Oh, because they're known to do that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. We talked about a little last week. I mean, if you don't have trouble, some shady fuckers are going to stir up trouble to have trouble to fucking get paid to alleviate, while others you assume, you hope, are going in there with good straight shooting instincts and are going to get paid for a hard day's exorcism.
Even if it's just an exorcism, and whether this is an actual fucking goblin attack or it's some weird, like I say, mass hysteria or some weird psychological thing, if you can just get the people to fucking,
You're right. If it works as a placebo.
If it works, it works. More importantly, though, if they're, with these assaults on women, Jesus Christ, you need some police intervention and some fucking,
regardless,
some like Law and Order SVU shit immediately.
Because there are a lot of different elements that are going on here, many of which most all of which are fucking crimes.
100%, yeah.
Are absolutely horrible, but might very likely have a non-supernatural origin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is if we're dealing with some true crimey, nasty shit here, right. you got to get fucking forces involved with this, because this is fucked up.
There's a few cases of fucking people, like, say, feeling but not being able to see the invisible assailants, and that's terrible. But dude waking up with undies, panties on, and fucking a few other things. Yeah, these are things that might be attributable to just much more pedestrian paradigms.
Yeah, case by case basis.
Yeah, always,
100%.
Always. Okay. According to Calf, the chief's pleas fell on deaf ears, and the goblin attacks continued unabated until May of 2018, when the situation, if possible, got much, much worse. As the random goblin attacks became more organized and the motley group of monsters gained a leader named Mike Macabola.
What? Sounds like a goblin leader.
It's a goblin
Mike
leader's
Macabola?
Whose name literally translates to hit with an object like a stone.
That's what Mike Macabola sounds like?
That's what Macabola translates to. So he's Mike, hit an object like a stone. Macabola.
No, that sounds like some weird street tough bullshit.
He's way street tough.
Dude, Grease 3. Fucking Mike and the Goblins.
I was just so blown away because, I've just been literally and figuratively dehumanizing these fucking creatures.
Right.
And then suddenly,
there's Mike.
Mike walks up on the scene. Good old Macabola. And fucking, not good old, horrible old. And fucking all of a sudden you're like, oh, they have names? This eyeless little shrinky dink motherfucker is Mike.
Dude.
Okay, well.
You got to beat the piss out of Mike.
Yeah. They believed the rascally radical had mobilized the other goblins to terrorize the town. Calf wrote, quote, faced with Mike Macabola and his mates, residents donated $1 each to hire Waffa Waffas, a team of goblin hunters from the Zion Church in neighboring South Africa. Since it is believed that goblins eat birds and eggs, the goblin hunters decided to use free-range chickens on their mission. Beer bottles were also a part of the exorcising ritual. However, no one knew why.
Because you can break that bottle and stab Mike in his fucking face.
Or you can trap him in the bottle.
As goblin entrapment.
I guess probably maybe they need the chickens for blood.
Okay.
That's part of the spell.
Chris the Naanga here.
Yeah, holy shit.
Oh, you dealt with some Mike Macabolas in your time.
I just wanted to break the bottle in the bar and stab the guy in the face.
I'm just saying, I got a lot of free time recently, so.
Just learning. Other people sign up, become online clergy members.
Yeah.
But you fucking are doing it.
Yeah.
For real.
Chris out there in the streets.
Well,
fucking
I am.
Justice.
America Mark over here is like, you get the bottle, get the chicken.
You're getting the bottle in the face. Goblin. Guess what, Mike? You're done.
Oh, Macabola. That's fucking crazy. Calf went on to write that video footage taken at the scene showed the, quote, goblin hunters at work and what appeared to be a rolled doormat. Inside the mat was something that looked like a monkey's head. Looks like a monkey's head. It's a goblin.
Or a monkey's head.
They are said to have removed it from the house in the terrorized neighborhood, end quote. While other residents were pleased with the goblin hunters' apparent victory over the degenerate demons, the owners of the home where the Tokoloshi was allegedly captured were understandably terrified by the prospect that their neighbors, who were swiftly devolving into an angry mob, might accuse them of harboring the goblin and turn violent. That's scary.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
if
it's weird.
these might be some shadesters. I'm not,
That they have a rolled up carpet and a monkey's head in the back of their fucking Civic, and they're like, "Oh, hey, look what we got, guys! Sorry."
And fucking, if people lost their lives or got the shit kicked out of them or were banished from their,
Yeah.
home village.
It's a weird fucking line to toe right there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
According to a report filed by Chronicle reporter Nyara Zoe Bakri on May 30th, 2018, despite the fact that a goblin was apparently captured, Mike Macabola and his malicious minions' reign of fear was far from over. In fact, the article states that, quote, prophets hired from South Africa on Monday failed to destroy the goblins and fled from the scene without solving anything. So,
What?
Okay.
even if you take it like it's all happening, like they're fucking real goblin hunters and there's real fucking goblins and it is on. Well, actually, in a weird way, it makes you think, did they just get tired? Because it was a 9-hour ordeal. I forgot to mention this. Did they just at the end of the day just say, fuck this, it's not worth it?
Right.
Because to me, if you're making this up completely, you would just say, yeah, no, we fixed your goblin problem, pay me.
Yeah, it'd be like fucking 45 minutes. Like, Goblin's gone. You're good.
But to run away with the money and
Right.
having solved fucking nothing, especially if it is, if you're serving basically as a psychological placebo.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying if that's what you're serving, all you have to
Possibly.
do is confirm goblin problem over, Tokoloshi scoots, fucking pay me, and then that's it.
But they just bailed.
But they just bailed. So like I say, unless they just got
Weird.
real tired and like, oh fuck it, can't do anything about this, then something fucking freaked them out.
Unless it's a part of their scam,
Yeah. So maybe to come back later, make more money.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's not what they do. We're going to get to that in a second. So if that's the plan, it's fucking weird.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not saying that this is confirmation that this is all dead up factual shit. I am saying that it's fucking weird and interesting that they just fucking took off. But all hope was not lost as the prophet Lazarus Ziba, who had previously rid the town of a goblin named Ernest Nidlavu,
These fucking goblins.
with their fucking names.
Holy shit.
Ernest and Mike.
Yeah, Nidlavu is the last name of that one of the attacked women.
Yes, absolutely.
Fucking goddamn it.
This repetition of name. John Keel would have had a field day with this.
John Keel would turn this into some bullshit for sure.
But Bobby Keel ain't got time for that shit
No,
right now.
good. Thank you.
No. But anyway, yeah, no, it's fucking interesting. Anyway, the prophet Lazarus returned in October of 2017 to finish the job. Prophet Ziba, it's Siziba. I'm doing the best I can here.
Right.
Siziba, I think I got it finally, claimed that he would cleanse the area after a night of religious rites involving prayer and singing. God damn it. Not that I have a beef with singing, but all of a sudden it's like a fucking circle. Someone brings the acoustic guitar. Someone else has got a goddamn tambourine.
Severe lack of a machete to fucking kill these goblins.
Yes, yeah. But that's not how the prophet Siziba works, evidently.
Well.
He said, I will have a vigil with a few interested residents as we try to trap these goblins and consult the spirit. I don't know which spirit. I assume
Just
the Lord.
The spirit?
The
Okay.
spirit.
Yeah, the spirit.
So Jesus of the Christ?
Or holy of the spirit.
Okay, whatever.
Or God of
The God. Fine.
Okay.
It works.
Tomorrow morning, we will then perform a ceremony to destroy the goblins so that the people may live peacefully. End quote.
Fair.
It sounds solid. The prophet was apparently successful in his efforts, in that I did not find the report where he wasn't. So I don't really
Let's
know.
assume.
That's why I say apparently. We don't know.
Okay.
But as horrific as the malignant monster's behavior already was, things were about to take a dark and decidedly more dangerous turn. But we're going to deal with that shit next week. In the Roundup, Zimbabwe Goblin Mania 3. I don't have a subtitle yet.
That's a
Fuck
good one.
these little fuckers.
Fuck these little fuckity fucks.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Will iTunes accept that? I'm sorry. Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, don't call them iTunes. Jesus Christ will get in fucking trouble for that. So, I mean, I think, though, what I'm getting out of... we mentioned it before, but just to state, the whatever. We could be dealing with something, some real life, truly horrific fucking shit, wrapped in the guise of a goblin. And these people, because of their beliefs and their culture or whatever, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, no, it's a goblin.
True.
So which is really fucked up.
Well, it's happened time and time again.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Human
thinking.
history is littered with belief systems infiltrating real world problems and resulting in, more often than not, innocent people being hung out to dry or literally fucking hung.
Or these criminals are hiding behind this fucking guise of goblins.
Yeah,
like
there's also
they're
that
doing horrible shit to women and just like, oh, it's a goblin. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't think about like roving gangs of fucking,
or just one or two people, or whoever. Just these awful fucking things happen to these women, and then people are they're basically being told like, oh, it's a goblin attack.
The thing about
which is super fucked up.
It is super fucked up, and I'm sure that is a portion of what's going on. But you would think, belief systems aside for a moment, that if you are being accosted by a man,
right?
You would be aware of that, like to wake up, unless of course you're being drugged. In which case, that becomes even ickier and worse. Yeah. So then you wake up feeling the residue of the event, and because of their, you're like, how did this happen? It must be a goblin because I had no recollection.
Because of whatever belief system they have, they're like, oh, this is obviously like weird, like witchcraft bullshit,
right? But there's also another side. All of this is icky,
it's fucking
and
gross.
then we're dealing with it, and that is like a guy like the headmaster, Mr. Moyo, who might be a shady fuck-all and maybe is using the various herbs in his wardrobe to fucking turn into living goblins. It's not the same shriveled corpse eyeless fuckers, but whatever.
Right.
Or maybe he's getting railroaded, and this is a literal, well, figurative, I guess, witch hunt, in the sense that fucking he's getting thrown under the bus. These people, like if other teachers don't like him, or who knows what, someone in the community, what was it? Go Tabitha? Nibetali or whatever. I can't remember her last name. She might have been paid to like lay the fucking contraband in the wardrobe and to pull it out. That she could very easily have taken it in along with Prophet Malanga. Again, I don't remember all the names. And then all of a sudden you've got a situation where a dude who's just fucking doing his thing, all of a sudden he not only looks guilty, but he's in real physical fucking danger because the people aren't going to accept this.
Right.
Understandably. Like, I'm not faulting them for their belief systems. I'm not even saying they're wrong. I'm saying that fucking it gets super dangerous if you are accused of being in cahoots with one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, there's that other element that is it doesn't make me feel as icky as the actual fucking scummy part of it, but it definitely makes me uncomfortable and a little bit leery.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then don't forget we have the new character, fucking Mike Manitoba, or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Where did he come? Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah, Mike Macabola.
Macabola. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, I called him Mike Manitoba.
That's just as bad.
I know. Sorry, Canada.
Sorry, Canada.
Dick. But really, all of a sudden, this character comes out of nowhere, and I know we're not having fun with any of the dark aspects.
No.
But this dude comes in, and suddenly it's a fucking comic book or a made-for-sci-fi fucking movie.
They have a Goblin King,
He's just rolling up. He's got just such the most pedestrian, not to say Mike is a pedestrian name, don't but just a standard
when you got
Western name.
Yeah.
Mike, hit you with a stone. And he's just fucking wilding up like they were disorganized chaos of scumfuckery. And this dude, got them on a rock throwing agenda. He's got them on shifts at night. He's organizing the stuff. It's getting intense. Yeah. They bring in the fucking special exorcist. They can't handle him.
How do they know did he just announce himself? Like, hey, did he graffiti his name places so people know
exactly?
How the fuck do they know this guy's name was Mike Macabola?
Ears at night, How do they know his name? And in what way would it behoove him to be like, all right, guys,
listen, I'm Mike.
All sorts of fucked up shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
There's a new sheriff in town. Things are about to get a lot worse. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it's going to be organized chaos. You're going to at least know between 2 and 3 a.m. This is your time to shine. It's a horror show. And so, who do you tell it to? How did he make it known?
Yeah, I don't get it.
To what end? And then the other one had a fucking name too. We didn't even find out until
was it
later.
Ernest, whatever, right?
Yeah,
Or Ernie?
which had the same name as one of the victims, as Chris pointed out.
Weird.
So you got Nukubes and you've got Lova. I don't know.
You literally went from these things being fucking just these conjured, weird little fucking shriveled fuckheads to like they have like leadership.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's just like, yeah, no, this is my
And
shit.
it's weird because they have like last names of the region, but like American first names.
Yeah.
Like goblins are normally named like Spriglet and Dorgnor or something.
Spriglet
Oh,
and
it's my
Dorgnor.
two favorite new names
Oh,
ever.
Not
man.
like Mike Francidoni and fucking Ernie Bagadorna.
Did you say Ernie Bagadorna?
I don't know. Fucking no.
Bagadorna. Oh my
This
god.
is just
Take
weird.
notes. Anyone out there that's pregnant, take notes. Baby
Yeah.
names ahoy.
Yeah, there you go.
This is little Spriglet.
It's a Spriglet. There you go. He's not a goblin. He's just a little tiny baby.
Trust me.
Yeah. Oh.
His middle name's Ernest.
His brother will be named Mike.
Oh,
Hit you
God.
like a stone Macabola.
I mean, it would make a great fucking movie, but now we have to also deal with the idea that we're not just dealing with the shrunken, eyeless, lobotomized corpses anymore. We're now fucking also have to deal with potentially dog-headed snakes.
Yeah.
Pangolin-scaled dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, there was
There's
weird
a lot of
things
weird shit.
there.
Yeah.
Random shrubbery and fucking dilapidated plant life.
Yeah, again, machete.
All potential goblins.
All potential
goblins.
goblins.
Everything on this
yeah.
fucking table
Yeah, what's not
could
a goblin?
explode into
I mean,
a snaky
Yeah.
Yeah.
dog face that is also a goblin.
Oh
you
my
just,
God.
you just gotta, you have to be prepared at any point to just take one out.
This is why, and feel free to steal this, anyone who's much more industrious than us. I want to pitch an animated real-life crypto series to Netflix because it's fucking scenes like this done with proper, good old-fashioned Japanese animation
Yeah.
of exploding bottles of blood and fucking horrific fuck-alls that would just make me happy as a clam.
Me too.
While we lovingly narrate.
Yeah. Wow. While we love him, like, this is fucked.
This is fuck. What the fuck is going on?
Stab that little asshole in the face with a bottle. Yeah, good idea, Mark. Good idea.
Oh, and then they burn it. They burn everything.
I mean, if that's how you got to deal with a goblin, if you got to burn
Fire's
it.
pretty universal.
Yeah.
In terms of,
It burns a lot.
get
of,
rid all of.
Yeah, there's not
supernatural,
much that you're going to be like
sinister
Like
things.
lava doesn't care about fire.
What?
Explain
Lava.
that sentence.
Lava doesn't care about fire.
I was waiting for something. I'm like,
Black T-shirt, white words in quotes.
Lava
with you.
doesn't care about fire.
And that must be in the next run of
because
T-shirts.
it's liquid fire.
remember,
Mark
guys,
stores.
water doesn't care about rain.
Exactly. That sounds great, actually.
No.
Is that like an Enya album or something?
Oh God, it probably is.
Water doesn't care
No,
about...
that's a day without rain or something like that. A day with rain or something.
Is it really an Enya record?
I think it is.
Why do I remember that from like working in a record store?
it's
with you?
probably- yeah.
I really remember that.
All right. What did you mean when you said lava doesn't care about fire, or fire doesn't care about
Because
lava?
lava's
whatever
like
you
fucking
said.
liquid fire, dude.
But why did you say it?
Just for the hell of it.
But what does it mean in the context of this discussion
I don't
about
even know. I
goblins?
didn't even know what we said before that. That made you
no
say
idea.
such a dumb thing. I can't remember what we
You
were
see the
talking about.
Coors Lights in front
I
of me,
do.
right?
I do.
Coors
All right.
Lights.
I know.
Well,
right.
I stepped down from Buds to Coors.
So, Waffle Waffles may be shady.
All right.
There are going to be elements, really shady elements in almost any endeavor. Doesn't matter if it's a used car lot or fucking a dentist. The shady dentist, the false cavity, you know.
You had a shitty dentist.
Oh God, I did. I had a mean-spirited dentist. That's different.
She removed teeth that didn't need to be
Oh
removed.
God,
One of
she
these
was a
white things,
nightmare.
they're all coming out.
Yeah. Wait, Rob. What's that? How much can I charge you? All right, good.
Yeah.
Here you go. Your teeth are gone.
All
You owe
right.
me thousands.
Anywho.
All right. Well, there you have it, man. There is fucking
Well,
Zimbabwe
we don't have
goblins.
it completely yet because
No, there's more.
so while I absolutely love the idea of fucking sweet wizard duels and I don't like the idea of what these things do, but the idea of this underground like trading like fucking swap meet for fucking nefarious paranormal shit. And it's not just goblins, by the way. It's Kongamados and all sorts of other things that are like being traded literally on a paranormal black market, which probably deserves its own fucking podcast at some point. And I don't love it in the sense of the people that are being victimized or terrified of it, but just the idea because it, you instantly think it's a Guillermo del Toro movie
Like
waiting to happen.
Hellboy 2,
Yeah, right.
right? The market scene there.
Yeah, exactly. But all that aside, obviously we know that some of these might have really grounded elements, and we're going to deal with all of this in our wrap up next week. But yeah, no, this is bat fucking guano crazy.
Yeah.
It's I need a shower.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
a couple more beers.
Definitely.
I mean, maybe we can share our feelings.
Okay.
Just be like,
that's what we need.
I
to
mean,
do.
I just it fucking feel real grubby right now, guys. So I'm gonna need you to help me get through this.
We'll hug it out.
All right, sounds good, perfect. Before we end the episode, though, we have some shout outs to do because we received some gifts. So, from the Alchemist and the Witch, Austin and Olivia, we got a little box. We got some presents.
That care package is so goddamn boss.
Holy shit, it's awesome.
It's so complex and layered with little notes and puzzles and the whole 9 yards. And then the treats within are just fucking magnificent.
We got these. I got one right here. I'm taking Rob's right here. We got these dope ass Mothman with the tie patches. I believe this actually. I'm pretty sure this art, and please correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. From our Discord, I think Raziel actually designed this, and then Austin turned it into a patch.
Oh,
I'm pretty
really?
sure. I could be completely fucking wrong because
they're
I'm awful
wicked.
with this shit. So let me know if I fucked it up. But yeah, no, these cool leather patches. We got some dope stickers, and the coolest of all, and they're actually hanging above our heads right now.
Oh yeah,
I believe. What did you say? They're like a nightmare catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it is. We're all looking up right now, trying to stay in the mics as we talk. These fucking super sweet bone. I don't know if it's like a wind chime or like, I don't know, like a good luck charm or just some dope shit that we got hanging up. They really look fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're made out of like vertebrae
so cool.
and like crows would lose their fucking minds.
Dude, I opened the box
these.
and I pulled one out. I'm like, oh my god, I'm definitely investing more Bitcoin now. This is gonna be my fucking. This is gonna be my talisman.
Oh, they're wicked.
Yeah, so thank you so very much, Austin. Oh, and we got cool stickers too. So thank you very much, Austin and Olivia. These things are fucking dope. They're hanging up in our studio right now. I'm sure we'll have pictures of that up on Instagram at some point. It is super dope. Thank you all for the presents. We appreciate it very much. Also, too, in the mail we received a fucking. This is hilarious. I'm gonna see if I can grab it here. It is a Juggalos in the Wild 2021 wall calendar. And I was just talking with the guy a few weeks ago that he sent this to me, but I can't find my goddamn messages in Instagram because my Instagram inbox is a fucking nightmare. So hit me up and let me know so I can properly give you credit for this awesome gift here.
It's hilarious.
It's just fucking hilarious that it's just all these different Juggalos just in their natural habitats.
And the captions
great. Oh my
are
God.
fucking fabulous.
It says here we have an accidentally rare, and I'm sorry, here we have an incredibly rare photo of a breaching crested water juggalo. And it's just some dude coming out of the water.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Oh, shit, this whole calendar is fucking dope. But please send me your name. Hit me up in the messages so I can give you proper credit because
thank you, whoever you are.
My inbox is a fucking shit show. There you have it. Zimbabwe Goblins Part 2. Join us again next week for Part 3, the wrap-up of the Goblin series. HellerSpace.com. Get yourself some t-shirts. Get yourself some totes, pillows, tapestries, or whatever the fuck they are. Tapestras. Tillos, as I call it.
Tillos.
Yeah.
Tillos. Yeah.
Coops.
Some coops.
Moogs.
Coops and Moogs. Yep, get yourself that there. There's sales happening every month there. Check that out. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut Podcast. $1 is a shout out. $5 is a shout out and bonus audio. We got some Patreon shit coming up. There is some bonus audio.
Oh,
Plus
double
there's gonna be some shit coming for the $1 tier folks. You're gonna have a little something special there if you're on the $1 tier. We are producing more content.
Yes, we are.
shit.
Imagine that.
It's difficult, to be honest.
It's not, because as Christopher just stated, we have been working on this for about 8 months now.
No, we've been talking about it for about 8 months.
Now, Chris and I have been doing a lot of shit behind the scenes.
Really?
You have too. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
just
have
don't know it.
manipulated me to perfection.
We sure have.
I had no idea.
We just have your mind melded into our hands, and we're just going to turn you into a little content generator.
Yeah, that's
Like
going to
that?
be fun. I love it.
It's okay. You're just going to be a weird, like drooling. We're just going to talk about the monsters, Robert, and then you're going to talk about it. It's going to be great. People are going to love it.
Yeah, that's been a problem for me so far. Yeah, you're really going to need to manipulate me for that. Yeah.
Yes, but no, Patreon, be on the lookout because we have a fuck ton of shit happening over there. And again, $1 is a shout out, $5 is a shout out and bonus audio, and there's something special coming for you $1 people.
There it is.
Oh, shit. Enjoy. Instas, Twitters, and Facebooks. We're there. We're doing it. We're hanging out. Facebook fan group. Check it out. It's dope.
They're
it's
awesome.
there. Everyone's hanging out. Everyone's having a good time.
Best fuckers on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, our Discord. Also, we got some Discord things that we're going to have in the works too. So.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about those. That I remember. That discussion I was apparently privy to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working on some tech right now.
Yeah, Chris has some tech.
Not saying it took me 4 hours to figure it out.
Yeah. No, it took Chris a little bit of time to get the tech rolling, but it's there. It's rolling. There it is. Thank y'all.
We are just trying our damnedest to make it better. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
So very much. And
Oh my God.
soon.
Holy fuck. Wow.
Worst ending ever by Mark.
Okay, bye.
No. There
Bye.
it is. Yep, suck it.
Stop that shit.